I've titled this, I Looked Crazy. And what I'm talking about is that when other people are doing things that you desperately want to change, and you try to get them to change and they don't change, and then out of desperation, anxiety, fear, anger, guilt, whatever it is, you flip out and you try to force change. Maybe you've never done that. I did that a lot. I was the one that looked crazy, not my husband, not my kids. I was the one that the neighbor heard yelling. Why? I was the one that was trying so hard to change everybody, and everybody was just continuing to do whatever they were doing. And I was the one trying to make everything right, that I was overreacting. I was too intense, and I was not. This is a long time ago. This is not recently. This is when my kids were younger. Kids were kids, teenagers. But I'm the one that the neighbors probably thought, what's wrong with that lady? Like, she really is an angry, angry lady, or she is a crazy lady. And, even my family could look at me at times and say, you're crazy. Like my husband be like, what the heck? I hated when they said that. But in reality, now that I look back on it, at times, there's times that I was the craziest one in my actions. Not necessarily the only one wrong, but the one that was looking crazy. And I had this email that was written to me a long time ago where this woman was saying that her son was on drugs, and she tried everything she could to change him. And just like me, when he refused to change, he dug in his heels, he blew her off, he wouldn't respond, he just continued to do the same thing. She flipped out. She got crazy. She threw his clothes out of the house. She screamed at him. She grabbed his keys from him, threw him outside. She took everything that she could think of that was his, and she ended up like screaming at him. And after she did that, she felt guilty. She felt bad. She felt like, oh my gosh, I'm the crazy one. I'm the one that responded wrong. So then what happens? Then you often have to back down because you feel that you were wrong, not wrong in what you wanted or even in a boundary you set, maybe, but you did it in anger. So it's not effective. And you feel guilty about it. And then you feel like you have to apologize and kind of back down. So it doesn't work when you want something to happen and you let yourself get out of control. Got to go back to the principles that I teach. I can't change people. I can only change myself. I can't remember the three C's, four C's. I can't control it. I can't cure it, right? I can't change it. Or am I saying those right? Or am I not? Now all of a sudden I'm thinking, I didn't cause it. I can't cure it. I can't control it. Those are the three C's. I didn't cause it. I can't cure it. And I can't control it. You don't cause other people's behavior. You can't fix other people's behavior. You can't control other people's behavior. But I can choose. That's my 4C. I can choose how I'm going to respond to it. I get to choose whether I'm going to let myself be crazy or not. And whatever it takes to not be crazy, for me, for many, many years, it took going to a 12-step program. When no one else was doing anything to change or to fix the situation, I remember I had quit for a few years thinking that things were going to be okay. I was busy with the kids, busy with starting our business. And all of a sudden I realized I am out of control and I need help. And I went back there and I said, I can't control any of them, but I got to get myself under control. This is not working. And that's the first step in or a 12-step program, is that you are powerless over whatever it is, whether it's the alcoholic, the teenager, the husband, difficult person. I'm powerless over them, and my life is unmanageable because I'm trying to control. So I had to get myself back under control. Of course, we're upset. Of course, we're have anxiety. Of course, we have fear. Of course, we have intensity. When we see somebody we love doing them things to themselves that hurt themselves, hurt our family, hurt us, hurt the relationship, I get it. But it doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't work. We're going to regret it. We're going to back down. We're going to feel bad about ourselves. I did. When I reacted like that, it was very hard to detach because I couldn't detach from the problem because I was part of the problem. I was reacting so much that I became integrated completely with the problem. How could I point fingers when my behavior was not good? Absolutely not. Instead, what we need to do is can't change it. I'm going to detach in love. I'm going to step back. I'm going to realize what I can't control, that I'm a separate person responsible for myself. Y'all might not get healthy, but I'm going to go get healthy. I'm going to go get help. I'm going to take care of myself, not expect anybody else to do it. I'm going to do it for me. I'm going to do it for me because I matter and I'm important. I'm going to face my fears. What am I deathly afraid of happening that leads me to be so anxious that I'm trying to control everything around me? I'm going to speak the truth in love with wisdom and discernment at the right time in the right way. These are all things I teach in my Transforming Difficult Relationships class and also in my Women Thriving in Difficult Relationships. I have 2 books with those principles: When Love Hurts, 10 Principles to Transform Difficult Relationships, and 10 Life-Saving Principles for Women in Difficult Marriages. Teach those principles. Powerful. Change you is all you can do, and that's how you do it. When you speak the truth in love and then you get clear, you can set your boundaries. You set your boundaries not in anger, but in clarity. You don't set them out of fear, but out of love, a tough love. You detach in love rather than trying to force change. You speak the truth in love, not in anger. And you act sane, not crazy. Absolutely important for you to remember. The verses that I had written down in this, because often I do these videos on my devotionals that I have on my website that I send out to you if you are subscribed to my email list. Do you try to force change or can you detach and love? Can you step back and change yourself and detach and love? And love meaning not, I hate you, I have to detach from you, but I care about the relationship, I care about you, but I know I can't change you. Do you set boundaries out of fear or out of love? Do you speak the truth, in love or in anger? I know I already said these. I'm saying to you again, do you act sane or do you act crazy? 1 Corinthians 16:13-14 says, be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. Galatians 5:13-5, you, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh, rather serve one another humbly in love. For the entire law is fulfilled in keeping this one command, love your neighbor as yourself. But if you bite and devour each other, watch out, or you will be destroyed by each other. But I have a better verse that I was thinking about when I was talking. That is one of my very favorite verses. And let me get that up and I'll read this one. And it really is what I'm talking about and should be the verse that I used on that. Let's see. First, it's in First Timothy. I think it's actually Second Timothy. 1:7. 1:7. Yep, this is it. 2 Timothy 1:7. For God did not give us a spirit of fear or timidity, but a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline. Power, love, and self-discipline. And uh, I that is exactly what it is. We have a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline. No matter what we are dealing with, no matter what we need to say, that is the verse that we need to live by. And this is the one that needs to guide our behavior in relationships. So it's 2 Timothy 1:7, one of my favorite life verses. So thank you for listening. I hope that this is helpful and God bless you.